you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, of course. Before we do get started for today, I always love to ask our wonderful queens just a little bit of who you are outside of the crown.
Well, I'm currently in sixth form, which I know isn't very American, but I'm 18, so I'm in like my last year of high school, I believe, for everyone in the States, which means I'm currently sitting my A levels. And in September, I'm going to be going to the other side of the UK, to Belfast, hopefully, to study a degree in politics. So, yeah.
That is so exciting. You almost just brought me back a little bit. I did a Cambridge curriculum in high school, so I was accustomed to saying sixth year, while my counterparts from the US said 12th grade. But yes, you are here. That's great. Well, I'm so excited to talk a little bit more about today. Something that absolutely intrigued me was that you are an advocate for blood cancer awareness. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you gained this passion? How do you decide to choose this advocacy?
Of course. So when I was in year 8, I was 12 to 13 years old, where there was 2 boys in my area, Damari Dawkins and Mickey Bennett, who both were diagnosed with leukemia. Sadly, they both passed away just after their 12th and 13th birthday, and kind of hearing about their story and seeing how it affected not only their families, but also Damari actually went to school with me, and we had to have an assembly about his death, which was kind of tragic as a 12-year-old and 13-year-old to hear about someone that you go to school with dying at such a young age. So from then I wanted to kind of learn about that cancer, specifically blood cancer, what you can do to help them, which is where I learned about the DKMS UK, which is an amazing charity that is worldwide. There's a DKMS US, Germany, even South Africa, and I've loved being able to support that charity, promote it, and encourage people to aged between 17 and 55 to sign up to their website in hopes that they could save someone's life and give them the second chance.
That's really wonderful and really inspiring to hear as well. What are some ways that you use your title to its full potential, especially when it comes to really promoting your advocacy?
Well, I literally competed in Galaxy for so long, and I always promise myself, because I work so hard as a finalist, the minute that I get that crown, that I really want to promote everything that I believe in. I want to be the best queen possible, doing every single appearance that I possibly can. So from my UK title to winning internationals, I achieved 60 appearances, which I was so happy with, because I think I really proved myself that I have that kind of international queen chance just from like doing so much for just the national title. And winning internationally, I was like, I have to do so much. I've completed everything off my bucket list other than being able to do a wing walk, which I'm so sad about, but the UK weather is so bad that it's literally impossible to try and get anything booked in nowadays with that, because the weather does not want to be summery and fun and like it was in Orlando when I won. But yeah, I just really wanted to make sure that I was using my title to the fullest. So other girls competing or other girls looking into the system kind of saw me and was like, wow, like Galaxy truly is about doing your charity work, your appearances, and like making sure you promote everything that you stand in. And I really wanted to be that role model for others.
I absolutely believe it. It definitely shows in the work that you do. Of course, I always love following our queens that we interview just because they have so much to share. And you said it took you a while to achieve this opportunity, correct?
Yeah.
How many attempts did it take you, and what did you learn, or what experience did you gain from that?
So Galaxy was my first like official pageant. We have like kind of charity ones in the UK, which are very tiny. I done a local one when I was like 10 years old. I was like, I want to do a big one, and my mum wasn't very convinced, but my dance teacher actually competed in Galaxy herself. She's like, you have to let her do it. I was too young at the first time, so I had to wait a year, and my first try I did not place. I was so bad at pageants. I look back at it and I'm like, I wish I had some of the confidence and some of the knowledge that the new girls have now because of social media, but I did not. I was 12. It was my first ever thing. There was no like pageants down where I live, so I tried again and I come 5th place, which I was so happy about. And I come again, and then I went back again and I come first runner up, and then I had to age up to the teen category, which was super scary. So I tried again and I come first runner up again, and I was like, you know what, 5th time's a charm. I've just got to do it one more time. And luckily on my 5th time I won the title of Miss Teen Galaxy UK, went straight to Orlando and won the title of Miss Teen Galaxy International, which is incredible.
I'm a huge believer that everything happens for a reason.
100%.
There's so many stories that we hear of many girls are trying to achieve a title, a dream, in other words, and it takes year after year, attempt after attempt. Sometimes it can be a little disheartening, but taking that leap of faith and still believing in yourself proves itself in the end to pay off. So that's incredible. I love that you were able to believe yourself, grow in your confidence, and achieve this title. Now, since with your pageant journey, what are 3 tips you would love to give to a pageant newbie?
It is 100% to not give up. I think with me not winning 4 times in a row, and then winning the UK title and straight away winning the international title really proves that everything does happen for a reason, like you said. I genuinely believe if I won the 2 times that I was so disheartened that I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to take that international crown home nor be the person I am today. I really think not winning, does kind of humble you, but in such a great way that you realise that you actually want it more. Because if I won my 2nd, my 3rd, my 4th time, I might not have realised like what a great opportunity this is, and I might not have had that kind of thrive to want to do what I want to do now. So definitely, like, if you want something, keep going for it. Another one is just relax. I feel like I wasn't relaxing when I first started competing because I really wanted it so much. The last time I was like, you know what, I'm here for a good time. Like, I'm so lucky to just even be a finalist in this pageant. So I just kind of sat back, enjoyed my time, took loads of photos, and I actually won, and it was insane because that was the most calm I've ever felt, which is kind of weird when I look back at it now. And another one is definitely just to make sure that you're making friends and making memories, because for you know, this could be your last pageant because you might win and you're not going to compete in it again, which is quite sad to think about. But also you might decide that you want to try other systems, or you might age out, which is a horrible thing, and I hate the idea of aging out. But yeah, I just think you need to take it as like, go the flow, take it as you go, take loads of pictures, make loads of friends, because I genuinely have found like friends for life doing pageants.
Now, what made you decide to continue going back to the Miss Galaxy International pageant? What made it so special to you, and what are the areas of competition?
So when I was a junior, I literally come off stage and my mum said to me, do you want to do it again? And I just remember having so much fun. I was like, yeah, I want to do it again. I didn't even know that Galaxy went to an international pageant. Like, I literally found out the following year. So good thing I didn't win, because I would have not understood why I was going to Orlando. But yeah, it was just so much fun. I didn't even like actually grasp the whole idea of like having a crown and everything. I just loved everyone. It was so cool to meet people from different areas. I'm from London, so obviously the capital of England, and meeting people from like all the rural areas or the other urban areas was really just nice to get to know different people. And yeah, so it was just a very cool experience for like little 12-year-old me, and I was like, I just want to go back and have fun, and I just liked it more and more each time. And my mum probably wasn't a big fan for her like pocket, and I was my dad, their wallet was probably thinking, please don't go back, but I had to. It was just so much fun, and I think once your heart is set on something, you want to do it as many times as you can till you achieve it. And I think both my parents would agree that it was definitely worth it in the end.
It's an investment at the end of the day, as my parents like to say. Being a dad for me personally closed down very quickly, but it's always worth going back for the experience, seeing what you can gain from it, either from your professional development or really from your personal life as well. Like you said, you should take a priority when it comes to making friends and really enjoying yourself when it comes to competition. Now, how do you prepare for the interview portion whenever it comes to competition?
So I've had the same interview trainer for probably like almost 5 years now, which is insane. Back in November 2019, I remember my first call. I was so nervous with sparkles and rhinestones, and I am a talker. I talk a lot, and I think like at first she's commented, at first I really had to like kind of understand like, you can't just tell them your life story. You actually have to get your points across. You need to make sure you have what you want to talk about. So for me, a big part of what I wanted to talk about in my interviews was my platform of the DKMS UK, my fundraising, as currently I've been able to raise over £50,000 since 2020 for various charities. So that's something that I love to talk about in my interview. And also my mascots that I used to have and that I still do during Christmas time. There were 3 big things. So when I come up to competition, like, there's 3 things I want to talk about. These are the 3 things I have to do it. And before internationals, I also had Crystal KP coaching me as well to get me ready for the Galaxy International interview, because that was my first time doing a 5-minute interview, and that scared me because I was like, I don't want to talk too much, but I also don't want to like not get enough across. I think interview is definitely a scary part, but it's actually my favorite part of the competition, and winning it nationally and internationally, that was such a dream come true because I've always wanted to win that award.
I have to say what you said there when it comes to interviews, something I absolutely relate to. I have a big habit of what we call rambling at the end of the day. I don't always get my point across whenever I do, but you know, it's a conversation at the end of the day. And just like you, I enjoy interview, but it's also a little anxiety inducing at the same time, making sure that you hit your points, but you're also doing it in a timely manner. But when it comes to that, Knowing everything that you know now, what is something that you wish you known before you competed?
I wish I knew that you generally need to take everything in and not take anything for granted. I am so jealous of all the girls that started pageants, most probably after COVID, because pageants move really online, and that's when you start to meet people. There start to be group chats, Zoom calls, online appearances, and there was none of that. Maybe I was too young, I don't know, but I don't feel like social media was a big part of pageantry pre-COVID. And I'm so jealous of everyone that are like making all these friends, getting all these friends. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that opportunity. So if I could go back all the way in time before I started pageants, it'd be take loads of photos, be on social media, making friends from around the it was great to make friends and nationally compete in the UK, but since moving on social media, I've made friends all around the world, which I find absolutely insane. I've got friends in Portugal, I've got friends in America, and we all text and support each other. So hands down, if you're new to pageantry, or if I could give my newbie Amber myself advice, it'd be just talk to everyone, take it all in, make loads of friends, and literally take advantage of the situation of being in pageantry because it's such a cool hobby.
Absolutely. And now that I think about it, I kind of want to circle back to one of your previous points. You said that you've raised up to 50 grand for charities. Can you tell me how you were able to do that?
Of course. So I am very lucky that I have a great community because I live, like I said earlier, I live in this really weird part of London, which is also part of the County Essex. It's really odd. I don't understand how it works, but it's such a great community that I wouldn't trade it for the world. They're so supportive of everything I do, and we kind of see it as like a give and take situation. So they've really helped me with my fundraising, and in response to that, I kind of have charity events. So I do children discos, I have family fetes, family fun days, and I do so many events. Yeah, I think I worked out I do at least about 12 to 15, which is absolutely insane, and I really love it, and the children love it, and they're really good for helping me fundraise. I did mention I have mascots, which I now mainly have seasonal mascots like the Christmas and the Easter ones, just because I'm moving away to university, so I can't do them throughout the year anymore, which is kind of sad because I do love my mascots and they're great, all the children love them. But also just things like online raffles, or like I'm even holding a little my first ever pageant event at something that we have called the Pageant Girl Weekender for a sisterhood charity, and it's just all really exciting, especially now that I'm getting older. I can start doing my own events and I'm being like very independent in the pageant world because I'm an adult now. That's so cool.
Now, I always find it so admirable just how much young women get to achieve in the pageant community, especially including yourself. You're a teenager, you raised 50 grand for charities in your life already, for example. But I always love asking this as well, and really, I want you to finish this sentence for me. I want to be remembered for...
Oh, I always say this. I want to be remembered for my dedication, just because, or even, I don't know, I can't think of one word. There's just so much I want to be remembered for. But I would say dedication is a big one, just because I feel like I am someone, once my heart is set on something, it is really set on something. Like, that is going to be my thing for years and years and years. I think that's proven with my platform. It's been my platform since I was about 13 or 14 years old now, and I'm 18, so it's been quite a long time. With Galaxy Pageants, I was there for so long. I was really determined to win the crown, and I managed to make it happen. And I just want for me to look back at my pageant career and always just remember everything. Like, I never gave up, no matter what it was, whether it was my fundraising, my platform, my goals, a specific like pageant system. I always want to be like, I didn't give up. I was so determined. And obviously, all the time, not all the time, determination doesn't always work. You might not always get what you want, but I do believe that everything does happen for a reason. And as long as I stay determined to get my goal and be the best person that I possibly can be, that's all good.
Now, given your prior experience starting pageantry before COVID and post-COVID, as you previously mentioned, is there something that you love to see from us as a pageant resource to promote more often, for example?
What, sorry?
Sorry. Given your experience competing in pageantry pre and post-COVID, and just how you previously mentioned before, how it's been an opportunity to connect with people on social media, is there anything else you'd love to see from the pageant community to change, improve on, or for us to promote, for example?
Oh yeah, perfect. So I definitely do love the idea of social media and using it within pageantry, and I'm also loving the more recent authenticity with it. I do believe, especially as a teenager, that social media can be kind of scary sometimes. You're looking on it and you're seeing people like the Kardashians, you're like, wow, they're so beautiful, and it is kind of scary to see. But I do really love the idea of pageantry, where I just see people and they're posting appearance and they're just in their normal clothes, they've just got a bit of makeup on and they still look so cute, and they're just doing like a little bag donation, or they've just even gone to see their friends. And that's what I really love about the pageant community, is that considering it's such a glitz like kind of hobby, and everyone always says to me like, oh, you're always in makeup, you're in hair, you're always in long gowns, it's also really refreshing to see like people's true selves. And like you might see them with the most perfect headshot with like the big pageant hair, great makeup, like wow, they're stunning, but then you also know their personality, and you even just see like a cute picture of them like on a walk, which I love sometimes. And that's something that I do love, is that I think post-COVID the pageant community has really made Instagram very back to reality, and that is something that I actually really love, like just the reality of Instagram now.
Absolutely. I feel like there has been a lot more authenticity post-COVID, where people are not as focused on, maybe we'll see, right? But maybe we're just not seeing as much focus on having the most perfect photo, having the most staged photo, or making everything a photo shoot, but we're seeing a little bit more of our personal lives, which I think really has caused a wonderful connection. It makes it even more approachable to reach out to our sister queens globally as well. Now,
I love it.
Know as well, if you have any advice for any young ladies who they have the passion to really create an impact, but they don't really know where to start.
I would say you need to think of what you want your impact to be. That is definitely like the first thing you need to do, because it's one thing to say I want to make an impact, but it's another to say I want to make an impact in this department and I'm going to do it with this, this and that. Once you know what your impact is going to be, I'd say sit down, kind of think what the end goal is, and possibly like a middle point and a start. And you can kind of get like a timeline of events of what you want to do. So if you know that you want to make an impact, say with your platform, and you know you want to be able to get girls globally, or like even be able to go onto their Instagram page and be like an advocate for them or something like that, that is your end goal. Write it down and start thinking of all the steps that you need to get there. So for me, I was somehow able to get on the DKMS UK Instagram talking about how much I promote the charity, and that's something that I'm so happy about. I still can't believe that I was able to do that. And for me, that was definitely an end goal, to be able to get recognised for DKMS UK, just of how much I promote their platform, and getting girls around from like America and also Portugal to help me with my campaign. But I had to go all the way back to the beginning, when I was sitting in my training session with my coach Hannah. We're talking about what I want for my platform, and like I want people to understand it and recognise DKMS UK charity and blood cancer, and that is definitely the stepping stone. You need to understand the stepping stones, because you can't go and do the really big thing to make an impact if you don't like kind of plan out the little bits to get there.
Now, I think it's clear that you have a vision for yourself in the future, that you know that you can create an impact. But outside of pageantry, what are some of your short-term and long-term goals?
So short term, I'm currently sitting my A-levels, which I don't know what the equivalent is in America. I know you do SATs, which some of my friends sat to get into American universities, which looks so cool. I really wish I'd done one. But yeah, so I'm doing my A-levels. So short term, I've still got 2 more left. So I'm just trying to get them over and done with, so I can have a nice long summer, have really great fun doing like other hobbies, meeting up with my friends, going away everywhere, going Paris, Orlando for handover. But also a long-term personal goal for me is I really want to be a politician. I think that I don't know, I just really like the idea of being able to help other people. I think I've really reflected that in my pageant journey, and being able to do that as a career is something that I really long for and something that I really hope for. So me being able to get a politics degree or a politics and something degree, I'm still undecided yet, it's really hard to pick a degree, but yeah, getting some type of degree in politics, and then later on hopefully becoming a mayor, an MP, or one day I would like to be Prime Minister of the UK if that's possible. But you know, that's a very long shot. But yeah, I just would love to be involved with politics and helping out the people of the UK on a wider basis.
Well, I absolutely can see you becoming Prime Minister. It is
Prime Minister.
I may consider a long shot, but I always see it as a possibility, to say the least.
Yeah.
Now, with you being an international title holder, you're also a student. Of course, we know that there is going to be a lot of expectations and stresses at times to make sure that we feel like we can fulfill our responsibilities. Do you do anything to check in on your mental health and well-being?
Yeah, so I think balance is very much key. For myself, my week is school. Like sometimes maybe after school I'll do the odd appearance, but it will genuinely not take more than 30 minutes to an hour of my day, which is great because everything's so local to me. It's really cool. But yeah, so week school time, it is all school, and then my weekend is reserved for pageants if there's any pageants going on. And if it's not, that's where it's my downtime to relax, to chill. Me and my friends like to go out. I live so close to London, so I do like to go to the museum or just go for a walk around London. Maybe get like a crepe. That's what me and my friend done the other day. It was really nice just to sit there and have some me time, well, us time. But yeah, I just really like to balance everything out, and I'm very strict with what I do on certain days of the week. Like on the weekend, it's not time to be stressing about school. That is my time to have fun with my friends or fun at pageants. And during school time, that's when I have to actually think about my academics, because obviously that is a big part of my long-term plan, and I'm not going to be thinking about the pageant that I'm going to, even though I wish I could.
I like that. I like that a lot, especially because I never competed when I was in high school, so I had no idea what it would have been like to balance school on top of pageant duties. So that's what break it up and make it a lot more approachable. That's amazing. And this is just for my own curiosity here. With you being so close to London, of course, is there one spot, and if you can only take me to one spot anywhere in London, where would it be?
See, I am a bit of a history nerd, so I would have to say it has to be one of the museums, just because that is something me and my friend do all the time. The museums, I personally think, are so beautiful. I love history about everything. I study American history, actually, which is really cool. And when I went to America, I was loving every part of it. It's like, oh my god, I learned about that in history, I learned that about history. And there was a road next to where I'm staying for my Queen's, well, around there where I'm staying in Orlando, and it's called Ronald Reagan's Road, and I was freaking out about that because that's really cool. It's the president, well, one of the old presidents. So yeah, history geek, I just love it. You'd have to come to the museum, and I'd be pointing everything out to you, telling you about what everything is, because I just love it. I don't know which museum. There's so many cool ones in London where you can see ones from around the world, or just specifically about what Queen and Queen Victoria and King Albert were able to collect. So I don't know. You'd have to pick for me.
I will absolutely go to a museum any day of the week. And on an off note, have you ever been to Boston by chance?
No, I've only been to Orlando, which is really sad because I want to go to all the states possible. I'm going Virginia in January, which is really cool. And I'm hoping to do Camp America next year. So I'm going to try and do a state that's not Florida or Virginia, but maybe I'll try and see if I can visit Boston.
If you're a big history buff, you love history, Boston, hands down, and I'm not much for history, was probably one of the coolest places to visit just historically. There's so much there that I think you would absolutely love it.
I literally love it so much. My mum commented about the name of the presidents, and it's because I can name all the presidents from the last 100 years because I love history so much. Like, it's actually just that is a big thing of me personally. Like, it's pageants and history, they're my two like,
they're the top two
loves in life. Yeah.
I love that. And before we start wrapping up for today, we always love playing a little game of this or that. Are you ready?
Yes.
This or that, on-stage question or interview?
Oh, I've never done an on-stage question, and I'm hoping when I'm a Miss, I'll get the opportunity to do so. It always looks so cool, and I always think of what I would say if I was on the Miss Universe stage. So currently interview, because it's what I'm known, which is what I'm used to, but I think when I'm older, it's 100% going to be on-stage question.
One day I'll give on-stage question and attempt myself. It's almost a little daunting.
Yeah, it seems a bit scary.
This or that, straight or curly hair?
See, I do like my hair straight because I think it suits me better, but I think when it comes to pageants, like, the curls are definitely like a big thing, but controversially, it's not part of it. I do like a good updo.
You know what? I can respect a good updo as well.
So pretty big gowns.
This or that, city or countryside?
Oh, see, I live in a city, so I don't know, but I do love the countryside when I go out. Oh god, I'd probably say city for the convenience that everything's close together, but the countryside is prettier.
I can definitely attest to that as well. Cocktail dress or jumpsuit?
I don't know. These are hard. I love both. I am very much a dress girly. I think it depends on the situation. I think for an interview, a jumpsuit can be cute, but a cocktail dress is also really sweet and like fun to watch things in.
I love them both so much, so it's so hard for me to decide between the two myself. This or that, sash or crown?
I do love the international crown. I just need to show you. So
I know, I've been admiring that the entire time. You're not trying to get the strap, especially in photos. They're stunning.
They're so big and so gorgeous, handmade. But yeah, I'd say I would have to say the crown just because it's so pretty, but even the sash is stunning. So I'm both. I have to have both.
I feel like that's honestly probably one of the toughest questions I could ask, just because they're both so nice.
Yeah.
Not because of the beauty, but also the sash because of the convenience.
Yes. It's nice because you can actually read the title, because sometimes I've seen people, I'm like, I don't know what age you are, like, I need help.
No, really.
Some teens do look like this.
All right, this or that, phone call or text?
I am a texter. I normally end the phone when someone calls me because I don't want to do.
My sister gets on me on that for all the time.
Yeah.
Sweet treats or savory snacks?
See, I like, if I have a savory snack, I have to end it with a sweet treat, and if I have a sweet treat, I have to end it with a savory snack. It's so bad.
So bad.
I love it. I'm very indecisive.
This or that, on time or fashionably late?
I am quite a late person, so everyone tells me fake time, so I am on time because I am quite punctual. I am on time, but it's very like kind of.
That is hilarious. I have at least 2 friends I can name off the top of my head that I've given a fake time whenever we go out.
And if I'm late and you didn't give me a fake time, I entirely blame my friend for that.
It's on them, not on you at that point.
Yeah, not on me.
Spend the day doing your favorite hobby or doing a photo shoot?
I actually prefer just watching a pageant than a photo shoot. I feel like photo shoots are fun, but I would much rather see people on stage or be on stage myself.
I feel like photo shoots are somehow unexpectedly exhausting.
Yeah, and
like
my
after I have
mum
one, I gotta knock out.
Yeah, so me and my mum will be driving back. I don't drive yet. So she'll be driving back and I'm like, I'm so tired. She's like, you've just been pampered all day. I'm like, you don't understand.
I don't understand. Yeah, it's different.
It's so hard.
And the last one, this or that, first pageant with a coach or without?
My first pageant was without a coach, and never again am I doing that. It definitely has to be with a coach, because it's just so nice to debrief with someone and make sure you're doing everything actually correct.
I feel like for many of us, myself included, who does their first pageant without a coach, you learn very quickly that you do in fact need a coach.
I didn't have a coach until almost my 3rd pageant, and that was only for interview, not even walk-in, and God, I don't know how I made it so far. I want to go back and just like scream at younger self to please get a coach.
It's all part of personal development and growth at the end of the day. Before we do sign off for today, do you have any final messages that you would like to share with us? And of course, can you please tell us how we can stay connected to you and follow your pageant journey?
Of course, so one message I'm going to give to you all is that if you are aged 17 and 55, please sign up to your local stem cell donor registry, whether that is the DKMS UK, US, or even other charities like Anthony Nolan. Please do so, because you have such a great chance of giving someone a second chance of life that they deserve. And even if you aren't eligible to do it, just make sure that you're promoting it, because it's such a great cause and it is really beneficial. My tripod's fallen, and it's really beneficial for those who are suffering with blood cancer.
Final message.
I'm so
all right,
sorry,
you're back.
Literally fell off. That is so bad. But yeah, all about my platform, Raising Awareness with DKMS. If you can, please sign up to see if you are a possible match for anyone, and if not, please promote it. And then yeah, if you want to stay connected to me, it's Miss Teen Galaxy International on Instagram, and there's also a Miss Teen Galaxy, I think it's just Miss Teen Galaxy page on Facebook, or Amber Hood on Facebook.
Well, thank you so much once again for joining today. You are absolute light, and you're so inspirational as well. And thank you to everybody else for joining us on this interview, on this conversation that we've had. I cannot wait to see everybody once again. And for one last time, I'm Elizabeth with Beauty Queens Galore, the Pageant Connect. Make sure to stay tuned until next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.